missions even consist of collecting stuff that's just laying around, or something that comes out of a truck or a vehicle by either hitting it, or if it's dumped out by random at some random points. And most of the times you're either under a time limit, or you have to keep them within range of that vehicle. And some missions even consist of collecting stuff on foot only, like this one with Marge Simpson, where you have to collect all the cola. Now, it may look like the same thing over and over again with the same kind of mission objectives, but it does explore a lot of different things that most Simpsons fans should be very familiar with in different parts of Springfield. But as far as all these missions go, there are some pretty frustrating ones as well. Like this mission with Apu. You have to collect the garbage. You follow the garbage truck, collect the garbage that's dropped off in random spots. You don't know where. No, you can't miss one, otherwise you gotta start over. So, as soon as you collect all the garbage, then you gotta collect more. So, you don't know where it's dumped, so you basically gotta find it everywhere. Oh, and you're under a time limit, right? So, once you collect all the garbage, you have the same time limit, and you gotta go all the way back, under the same time limit. No joke, right? Unless you know the specific pattern to getting all the garbage, well, you might get it right. Otherwise, you ain't gonna have enough time to get back after getting all the garbage. I mean, who's gonna know? Unless you've beaten this mission already, you'll know. Otherwise, it's not fair. Oh, and you're gonna love this. Yeah, no checkpoint. Why on earth is there no checkpoints? I mean, the mission is so long and unforgiving. Why wouldn't you let me start off at a certain point, at least halfway through the mission? You know, this is a huge problem with a lot of these games. The missions are long, even with GTA 4. Long missions, but no checkpoints. Put freaking checkpoints in these games, will ya? I mean, it really tests of how much of a hardcore gamer you really are. Like this mission especially, where you have to race Krusty's limo back to where Krusty is. What a pain in the ass. I mean, really, this limousine race is unfair and unforgiving for sure. You gotta make sure you take every bit of shortcut possible and don't crash, and I mean don't crash into anything. And you have to win this race fair and square. There's no screwing around with this one. But nothing is as hard as this mission with Bart Simpson collecting the laser guns. The time limit is very crude. Seriously. And meanwhile, you have to drive over the pier, and I love to be able to take my time and watch what's coming at me, but no, you're running over every person. And of course, you're going to have police cars up your ass, so the clock's still ticking, so that just wastes more time right there. So you collect all the laser guns, and oh, you actually got another time limit to make it all the way back. 50 seconds. You think the time limit can be a little more lenient, but it's not. You're not going to be able to make it back. You got to be perfect. There's no screwing around with this. Ugh. God damn it! Ass! Oh, you son of a bitch. At least this actually has the courtesy to let you skip the mission, I found out. Long before I almost strangled myself in frustration. Man, this mission is unforgiving. It doesn't screw around one bit. It tests your frustration by all means. So yeah, at least you have the option of skipping. Sort of reminds me of Donkey Kong Country Returns. Sort of like with the super guy. If you can't beat it, just skip it. You only have to beat it if you're trying to get 100% completion, but I don't care. I just want to see the rest of the game. That's all that matters. Now, I did mention you can't kill anybody, but actually when you're on foot, you can punch and kick them. It's weird how they just go onto the ground and they start squirming all around like they're not able to get up. But it does bring your crime level up a bit, or whatever that meter is, which tracks the cops. And also when you run them over, oh boy, does it get you a lot of cop heat. I'm telling you, it's one thing you want to try to avoid doing. The ending is pretty cool too, towards the end, where it actually looks like the Treehouse of Horror special. Yeah, everything's all graveyards and gravestones. You want to know why? You ready for a spoiler? Well, the aliens that you're familiar with from the Halloween special had planted something in the water system that was in the cola, and it causes the dead to rise. Ew, it's pretty eerie. Even the school has changed too. So what do you gotta do? You gotta get nuclear plutonium implanted inside the UFO, and that's it. They're done for. You gotta do it a few times though, and they're finally dead as shit. Yeah, it's Simpsons, this game should make you feel right at home. For the first time, it's a game based off The Simpsons that I absolutely loved. I mean, it's one of the best. I mean, they got pretty much everything right, except for a few minor glitches and bugs, but overall, best Simpsons game of all time. Definitely pick this one up if you're a fan of The Simpsons. If you haven't played it yet and you're a fan of The Simpsons, then what the hell are you waiting for? And you are missing out on such a good time, really. What can I say? Wow. Rockin' 2 remotes of Wii Motion Plus is way up. I know I don't have the Wii Motion Pluses, but yeah, it's that good. So, with the success of that game, it's hard to really imagine how another Simpsons game would really be able to top this one. I mean, of course, they had another one in store. And what was it going to be called? Would it be a sequel? Would you be able to drive? Would you be able to fly? I mean, what was it going to be called? Well, it came out as The Simpsons Game. Yeah, that's what it's called, The Simpsons Game. Sounds like a pretty ordinary title. I mean, there's no subtitle. I mean, it's not imitating anything. No, it's just called The Simpsons Game. Well, let's check it out. So, you get the opening title screen, The Simpsons Game. Looks impressive once again, it has the theme song. And you start out and you get a cutscene, Homer Simpson dreaming, and he goes to the land of chocolate. You remember from the TV show? Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't have the original theme song yet, like you remember from the TV show. Instead, he starts munching away at everything as you remember. It pays close attention and it does pay a lot of tribute to the TV show. This game acknowledges more of the imaginative part of The Simpsons. A little more imaginative than realism. Homer Simpson is in the land of chocolate and yeah, he starts punching away at rabbits. Chocolate rabbits. Yeah, punch them, chocolate rabbits. So as you know, this game is only a game that you play as the Simpsons characters on foot, no vehicles. So I can honestly say The Simpsons Road Rage is only in vehicles, The Simpsons Hit and Run is in vehicles and on foot, but this game is only on foot. So, does this game actually imitate anything? Look familiar? Well, let's take a closer look in the further levels. Bart Simpson, you got Lisa's levels, you got Marge. Look familiar? Yeah, in a way, this game is a lot like Lego Indiana Jones. Yeah. But as I said before, with Homer Simpson and each other character, they have their own ability. It's more in the imagination, really. And it's funny how the game features a lot of hilarious parodies towards reality and anything you remember from the TV show. It even pokes fun at itself, and Bart finds the magazine that says The Simpsons Game. Yeah, I'm actually looking at this. Bart is actually looking at a magazine that says The Simpsons Game. I'm not kidding. So this game shows just how much imagination each character can use. Bart becomes Bartman and can fly. Unfortunately, the control for it is really tedious. It doesn't really last long, and to control the cape, anyone who's played Batman Arkham Asylum would immediately think the jump button is the same thing as the one that controls the cape, by holding it, which is A. No, it doesn't work like that, and it's an easy way to fall if you're trying to jump and navigate these platforms. And the cape doesn't work as well as it does in Arkham Asylum as well. Getting back to that game, yeah, it doesn't float very long, and it doesn't last for a long-range float. Even though you do get an upgrade on the cape, which gives it more distance, I take it back on the whole cape doesn't get distance thing, but that's not till later on in the game. Same thing with all the other characters, with each of their abilities. Also, another thing I was hoping they would improve was the camera, but no, it's actually worse. Especially when you're trying to navigate and pole jump. Ugh, these pole jumps are annoying, and the jumps are just really tedious, and it gets really frustrating. Not to mention you're getting zapped at. For Christ's sake, come on! Ugh, it makes me really dizzy, and actually makes me nauseous, too. So yeah, every character has their own power. Bart has the Bartman power. He also can get the Tin Man, or whatever the hell that is, and shoot laser beams, but his primary weapon is a slingshot. Aim at certain things. And also with Lisa, she becomes whatever the hell that is, a muscle Lisa. And she also has the power of Buddha, being able to pick up things with her mighty Lisa hand by doing the Buddha pose. Yeah, you lift things with the mighty Lisa hand, and that's how you navigate. That's what a lot of this game consists of, a lot of problem solving. A lot like Lego Indiana Jones, because each character has their own unique ability which will come in handy to navigate through all these traps and mazes. There's a lot of problem solving, and it's actually pretty good. But it's not easy. But then again, it's not too hard either, because you also get unlimited continues. You can die as many times as you want, which is fair, because this game can get pretty tricky. With each character, their mind is set on one certain thing. With Bart, it's set on comic books and video games. He purchases a game that's called Grand Theft Scratchy. Yeah, sound familiar? Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, because Itchy and Scratchy is the most controversial cartoon in The Simpsons. Kind of makes fun of Tom and Jerry, and now it makes fun of a controversial video game.
Get over here!